And it's all kicking off in this crypto market. Bitcoin, over the last few hours here, dumping hard. What is going on? We've got the SEC continuing to be after crypto. We got Jerome Powell against us. What is going on? Should we be panicking? Or now the time to buy the dip? We're going to go through that and a lot more. Smash the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. You can see here, Bitcoin, guys, was just chilling. At this level, it was chilling around these 24,500 mark. And then boom, these are 5-minute candles, sorry, guys. And boom, dips all the way down here to 23,600. You've now seen that start to rise. Now, why is that? What happened? Well, we need to jump on over to get an understanding of what happened. And you can see here, Binance accidentally closed all future positions in Australia. Now, this is being tweeted by technical crypto analysts. There's been a few people that are tweeting this as well. I'm not sure if it's an accident, but they did say here, important, immediate closure of Binance Australia derivative positions. Now, we did have some wording from CZ going back a little while ago that he was saying they'd be one of the first to reform and be fully compliant and regulatory. Is this part of that process? Are they cutting the derivative division? What does this mean going from here? And that's one of the reasons we've seen a big wick down here. Now that is getting brought up slowly. Now, if we zoom out, because sometimes it's a bit chaotic to be looking at the 5-minute chart, can get you into an awful bit of pickle. Start looking here at the hourly chart. And you can really see that we are still in a bit of a sideways channel, right? You can see we're in this bit of a sideways channel. You could probably pop a level here at 23,600. And you can see Bitcoin did bounce nicely from this level yesterday after the FOMC minutes. Now, if you go watch my video yesterday, I explained exactly what's going on with the FOMC minutes. In other words, people are making a lot of, a big deal out of this. But the reality is there is a huge shift. But the huge shift is not in pricing. And I covered this off in yesterday's video, and there's further evidence of that now, in that the market here, and it's changing every minute. It was 29% when I refreshed it a little while ago. About 27 to 30% of the market, roughly, is pricing in 50 basis points. And this is why we're starting to see a little bit of pain in the market. But this is what's interesting. If you go over to the traditional markets this morning, and you take a look at the pre-market, you see the Nasdaq is trying to bounce 1%. You've got the S&P up 0.5%. You've got Dow Jones up 0.3%. This market is super bipolar right now. It's very confusing and it's looking to shake people out. So this is when you need a calm, rational mind. You need a clear game plan. You do not need to be FOMOing. I mean, if you look at Fear and Greed Index, still quite high, right? It's sitting at 56, I believe, today. Yep, 56 right there on the Fear and Greed Index. So there still is enough FOMO in this market to drive movements. But you've got a lot of other stuff going on as well. The SEC comes out and objects to Binance US's $1 billion Voyager deal, alleging sale of unregistered security. So this is the same SEC that was asleep, that did nothing throughout 2022. BlockFi, Voyager, Terra Luna, everything collapsed. And suddenly now with Operation Chokepoint 2.0, they're coming out meaning business, right? Paxos. They're going after all sorts. Kraken, 30 million fine. Now going after stablecoins, going after this Binance.US $1 billion deal to buy Voyager assets, right? They're coming out and they're meaning business. They want to be restrictive, and that's going to spook markets. However you like it or not, that will spook markets. But one thing we know is that regulation will make us better. It's going to make the crypto space improve. It's going to get rid of bad actors, and it's going to move more people to decentralization, which overall is a good thing. It just doesn't feel like it in the short term. Now I want to jump back in the charts, because what we want to monitor here is the following. We had this head and shoulders pattern, and in fact, let's zoom out to the daily, because sometimes even the hourly can drive us insane. On the daily chart, we're forming an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Now, if you follow my TA course, ujars.uk/TA, completely free TA course, by the way. Loads of you have taken it and are loving it. So shout out to you guys. Had a bunch of comments on my last video saying you guys are really enjoying it. It's meant to be an encyclopedia for you. Don't just watch it once. Of course, watch it once end to end. It's there for medium, intermediate, and complete beginners as well. It's got all sorts in there. Inverse head and shoulders patterns, cup and handles patterns, doji candles. I guarantee, even if you're experienced in TA, there is not one, you will leave that course having learned a few golden nuggets. So definitely go do that. You also learn how to get this EMA Ribbon, which I use as well. So take advantage of that. Really is useful. You can keep it with you whenever you spot a pattern like this. Go over to that module, watch the couple of minutes on inverse head and shoulders pattern, and make sure you're spotting the right patterns. So with this pattern, you want to see a clear breakout. And we've not got that really, but we've not quite invalidated this pattern just yet. I mean, if we take a look here at the neckline, you want to try get a clean breakout and a retest of the neckline. Now you can see we did get a breakout. We tried to come back down to retest, but we're trying to lose it. If this starts falling now below the right shoulder, if Bitcoin falls below 21.5, this head and shoulders pattern gets invalidated. Okay, so on the daily, we're looking pretty good. There's no reason to be crazy concerned here on the daily. Now, if we drop over to the 4-hourly chart, what are we forming? An ascending broadening wedge. We've wanted this for a very long time now. And what is happening? We are getting the rejection from the top of this pattern, and therefore there is a long way down to the downside. But there will be levels where support start to come in, and that's what we need to be looking for. So I'm going to be sharing with you my exact support levels right now. So if you come onto this view here, you can see a bunch of horizontal supports that I'm looking for. And the key area for me is two things I want to share with you. So the first one I like to use is my EMA ribbon. So if I pull out this EMA ribbon, I know it's going to look messy, but bear with me. The first thing we need to understand is we've had 3 bad days here on Bitcoin, and that can overwhelm us. That can make us feel really, really bad. But let's just look at what happened. We had a crazy day here a couple of days ago, which was a 10% day last Wednesday, right? Now, this here, we've had down 1.57%, down 1% yesterday, and down to today so far 0.53%. Is this a reason to become irrational and really fearful? I mean, the answer is no, right? From a technical perspective, we're okay here on Bitcoin. We've got a high, we had a high here, okay? You've had a high here, and you've created a higher high here. Therefore, you've got higher highs. Now, what do you need to accompany higher highs? You need higher lows. So as long as Bitcoin can rotate before these levels, okay, and you're looking at these levels at around 21.5K, as long as it can turn around before these levels, Bitcoin's got plenty of room to keep an uptrend. Now, you've got this EMA ribbon coming in as support. If this doesn't hold as support and you start to come below it where my cursor is right now, then you can be worried on the daily chart. Then you start to lose your day, well, you would have lost your daily EMA ribbon, and you start trending to the downside. But where we're at right now, I mean, you can't even complain. Unless you're trading on an hourly time frame, this is not a pullback, right? It's a pullback when you get into this EMA ribbon. This is a baby pullback. A proper pullback for me is deep into this EMA ribbon here, get to 22.2, 22.3, even 22 flat here, and then I'll be looking for some nice entry points because that then gets us to the top of the channel. Now, if you look at the top of the channel, this is a very important channel. Look at the 2 green lines. I know it's a busy chart. Let's try to tidy up a little bit for you guys here. And by doing so, I make a mess, but let's just tidy this up for you guys. Let's take off the CMA ribbon. Cool. So what I want to show you here is this channel is very important between these 2 green lines. We got rejected plenty of times. So when we finally broke out of it, this is a great move. Now we came back, we retested it, we moved. So ideally, you want to rotate before the green line. But even if you want to come back to the green line to create a double bottom pattern, that's still positive here for the Bitcoin bulls. But what we need to focus on is, what is this battle that's happening right now? This is one of the most important battles for Bitcoin that we've seen in a very long time. This 25K level is no joke, and I've mentioned that plenty of times here. If we can clear this 25 level, the move to the upside up towards 30,000 could be extremely powerful, and Bitcoin could never ever see 20,000 again, let alone 15,500. And that's how powerful this level is. But guess what? The bears know that. The bears aren't silly. They know we cannot give up the walls surrounding Constantinople. We have to defend. We need to put our feet down and say, no, we're not letting you break 25K because to be fair, the bears have done nothing. The bears have been absent from 15,500. I thought they'd, I mean, look at this move here, guys. Look at this move to the upside, and that's their retracement. Like, is that, if you use your rational mind, is that a healthy retracement? No, right? So you expect a little bit of pullback, and that's why I'm not nervous. If we get to 22, if we even get to 22.3, 22.4, I will start nibbling. But I'm not going to be nibbling just yet. This is not a serious pullback for me to be nibbling. I will be waiting for a bigger pullback. Now, if we don't get it, fine. I'm locked and loaded out. I'm in my positions. I'm happy to see the next leg up. 25,000 is a very important level, and you can see here, if I bring this out, because I know you guys who've been watching my videos will know, but the new people will not know that when we bring out the VPVR, very important tool, the volume becomes very thinly traded after this key level at 25,000, this big yellow line where my cursor is right now. Look at the volume candles here for the VPVR, very low volume. And that is why we can start to feel this very important gap, because the reality is when we fell from here, we fell powerfully and no support was created here, okay? So just because it fell this quick, it's likely that we can start to feel that gap equally to the upside. So we are indeed in a bipolar market. We do have the SEC trying their best to thwart our growth. We have Jerome Powell struggling to maintain control. A lot of the market's worrying and pricing in 50 basis points. But we have to ask ourselves, we're in a far better position than we were when Bitcoin was at 15,500. We thought, how would Bitcoin deal with Terra Luna, with BlockFi, with Voyager, with 3 Capital, and then FTX on top? We're doomed, right? No, Bitcoin carries on. It's at a key level now, fighting for 25. And if it can clear this, things will really get exciting. Now, another thing to mention, guys, because we don't just want to share all the positives. There are negatives. Because I tweeted an important thread about Polygon, because Polygon laid off 20% of their workforce, about 100 employees. A lot of people started becoming very fearful. So I put together a Twitter thread on why layoffs aren't necessarily a bad thing. So definitely go check that out and let me know if you want more Twitter threads in the future. But also, Masari, a very popular crypto analytics firm, cuts 15% of the workforce as part of restructuring. Do not be surprised to see this, guys. It doesn't suddenly mean you have a bad project if they're cutting labor force. It can sometimes be a good thing, but it should raise your eyebrows and you should do your research just in case it gives you some clues that maybe it's not being run in the same way. It's the same for the stock market. Look at all the major companies. They're all carrying out layoffs because they know this is part of the economic boom and bust. And it's same for crypto. You've got to prepare yourself for the bear markets so that you can give yourself runway and clear through that, ready for the next bull run. So there you have it, guys. Let me know in the comments, what are you doing in this market? How are you navigating it? Are you FOMOing in? Are you waiting for a pullback? If so, what level are you waiting for in order to top up your bags? Are you loading on altcoins? Are you loading on Bitcoin? How are you navigating this market? Also, what do you think about the inflation battle? Do you think we're getting through this? Are we going to get through this? Or are we going to have inflation with us for many years at a sticky, entrenched level? Are we going to be pushed into recession? Loads of questions, loads going on, and slowly we will get our answers. But one thing is for sure, 2023 is playing exactly how we expected it. A crazy volatile. Go back to my videos. I said going into 2023, Q1, Q2 especially, we're going to be bipolar, going to be crazy, going to be, really undecided. Markets have lots of false starts. I'm in the market. I'm out of the market. I'm in the market. Oh, off we go. Soft landing is landed. Oh, no, we haven't got a soft landing. It's going to be a rough landing. And the market is doing exactly that. So maintain your composure, stay level-headed, follow the data, have a game plan. If you don't have a game plan, that's the biggest thing setting you back, because you wake up and you go with the wind, right? Negative headlines, oh, now I feel negative. Oh, positive headlines, now I feel positive. You almost want to be doing the opposite of what the market's trying to tell you to do. Hope you guys enjoyed. Smash up likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you appreciate these types of updates. Even when I'm out and about, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.